Hi everyone, I'm Cara Vayner. I'd like to thank Natalie for offering me this opportunity to speak with you all. My name is Cara, as I mentioned, and I run workshops for women in business and in network marketing or direct sales, and helping them sell an authentic brand through finding their why. I'm also the co-founder of Kiofa. We released a new mindfulness pliry. So we've actually called it a pliry, which is the combination of a planner and a diary. So that sort of then ties into your intention movement for 2017, because I'm a big planner. I love all things chocolate and all things planning and stationery. So through my corporate career as an executive assistant for 7 years, bit of HR as well, and recruitment and so forth, and then moving into working for myself, I always had to plan ahead. I am a wife, and first and foremost, I'm a mother of 2 boys, 7-year-old and a 2.5-year-old. So they both keep me very, very busy. So planning was a really, really big aspect of my life. My personal life, I obviously plan out our social calendar for the family, but more importantly, my work life. I'm very, very organized, probably more so in my work life than my personal life. But about 18 months ago, 2 years ago, I was really struggling. I was feeling overwhelmed. I had a newborn baby who, wasn't settling, and all of the joys of being a parent. I was lacking sleep, and I have a 5-year-old starting school, and trying to run a business. And then I just couldn't really find the diary that I wanted, and it wouldn't allow me all the space and all of that. To plan out and map out every single thing that I do. So I started to create one of my own, and I started to draw, and then it sort of went down a path of, all of a sudden we were creating something that we had people asking for it, and really loved our concept. So that's how that then came on the market. So if I can talk a little bit about me and how I plan, I'm actually sitting in my office as we speak. I'm going to take you for a little tour and let you in on a few of my trade secrets. Now, it's not completely clean, so I will have to ask you to excuse the part of the mess, because I'm in a bit of creative phase at the moment, working on some new product and stuff, so I have a bit of stuff scattered everywhere. But I am just going to show you a little bit about how my desk is set up. So behind me is just desks and cupboards and stuff. But here, and I'm going to walk over here, is my vision board. So you'll see on it, there's lots of pictures, lots of things, and I'm very, very visual. I need to look at what I'm going to create and how I'm going to get there. So up the top, they're my end goals, and it doesn't matter whether it's for 2017, 2018, they're some of my things that I'm working towards. But if I can take you in closer and just look at, I pretty much map out my 2 months in advance. Now with kids, we have to, I think, as parents and women that actually, have a business. So I've broken it down into sections. So I have 2 businesses that I run. So I've got Kiofa. There's some of the things that I'm working on. So I write them down in dot point. These are some interviews that I've got going on. So again, I've broken them down. Some other things here, and this is my deadline that I'm working on at the moment. So it's up, it's big, and it's all the little things that I'm working on here as well, and the workshops. So each thing that I have that I'm working on, I actually put it up in front of me. Now the reason that I actually do that is because when I'm sitting in here looking at my desk and my computer and trying to get going on everything that we do as mothers, you try and lock yourself away and plan out what's going on. I need to be able to visualize what I've got going on, so I'm very, very visual. I have to have it written down. So as I said, I plan out 2 months in advance. So in my diary, I actually am already making appointments into March. And it's funny, I had my mum say to me the other day, "Oh, we must go off and see Puffing Billy." And I said, "Yeah, well, sorry, I can't actually get to that until after March, with kids starting school and everything like that." So yes, I map out everything. I sit down, all right, what have we got to get done? Not only do I have that on my whiteboard in my office and have it written down in front of me so I can look up at it every single day and look at the things that I need to be working on. I also have here in front of me, I have lists here that are highlighted. I mark things off as I go, but then I also run a daily schedule, a daily plan of what I need to get done daily. Now, if that doesn't get done, and there's a couple of things on there that aren't marked off at the moment, they will then carry on to the next day. So for me, it is all about being visual. I'm then seeing what I need to do, the steps that I need to take to get there. And if I'm seeing it, it's constantly in my thought. It's constantly, you can't miss a beat really, because it's always in front of me. The other thing that I will say is that with having it mapped out in front of you and up on the wall, it allows you a lot more creative space within your, when I say creative, I'm talking headspace. It allows you a lot clearer headspace to get things down in your actual diary. So in my diary, as such, my actual written journal diary, I write down, I write down my to-do list, but I also write them in a time slot. So I don't just write just a big list of things. So I have my list, that's my generic list, but then I also have a specific to-do list of things that I've got to do. So say I had to call 3 people specifically. I need to call Cara, Natalie, and Michelle. At 9:30, it's call Natalie. At 10 o'clock, it's call Cara, and 10:30, it's call Michelle. The reason why I do it is because once you're then going through the course of the day, you don't have this big, huge to-do list that you feel overwhelmed, that when you look at things and you keep adding things to it, that you feel so overwhelmed that you can't get through 1 or 2 of those things. So I find that writing down in your to-do lists and like the items, like more specific items for your to-do list, writing them in time slots within your diary, you just feel like you're getting through them. So you go, oh yeah, 9 o'clock, oh yeah, okay, I've got to call this person. And then I actually do out time blocking within one day. So I have one day is blocked out for Cara Vayner work. The next day is blocked out for Kyofa work. So that way I'm not jumping between the two. Now there are days that does happen because you might take a phone call or you have to do something urgently on email and so forth like that. But majority of the day, it's very, very planned out. It's very laid out in front of me. It's very visual. It allows me to get through it and give you a real sense of accomplishment when you've done it. So you can quite easily tick it off on your to-do list within your diary, whatever diary that is, mind you. So write it down, you can tick it off. Then I have my bigger list that I have on my daily planner. So I highlight those off because it's very, very good for us. It's a sense of achievement when we can look at something and go, oh my God, look how much I actually got done. Now I'm also talking about things like a load of washing, iron the clothes, take kids to sports activity. My son does taekwondo and swimming. Like, you know, most parents have that activities for their kids. So I get it all written down, but it is very much a visual factor for me. So I hope that's helped with a few little tips in how to use your diary in terms of maybe getting a whiteboard and writing out your lists and getting all of that done. But 2017 is going to be an awesome year. This is a really fabulous initiative, Nat. Intention movement. My intention for this year is to really ramp up my Cara Vayner business. It's been going along, but I'm really doing it part-time. So I've got some big goals that I've set up on my vision board, and due to the response that we have received for our Pliries, we are hoping to nearly triple the print run for that. So there's some really big things for me. So my Pliry also actually set my intention every single week for what I want to achieve in that week. We have that specific section within a Pliry, so set your intention at the top of the week. It allows you then to look back, okay, you might not have achieved that major intention, but there might have been something small that you could give yourself a pat on the back for because you've achieved maybe a smaller step to get there. So I hope you are all setting your intentions and setting your goals for 2017. There is nothing better than knowing that you've ticked off some really big lists. And I hope you can all go off and do what makes your soul happy, as per my sign in the back. So anyway, have a fabulous day, guys, and all the best. Signing out from Cara Ravenna. See ya.